Ladies and gentlemen, we are now 24 hours away. That's right, 24 hours away until the Trump inauguration happens. We are about to see some of the biggest changes happening in the space in the entire history of the space. On top of that, the next 12 months, and I'm saying 12 months because that's our general outlook here. The next 12 months are going to be the craziest 12 months in crypto that we've ever witnessed. I say this because I want you all to be prepared for what's about to hit this market in a large way. We're going to see extreme volatility, and we're going to see many, many moves being made. But with that in mind, we have a lot to address in this video, so sit back, relax. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's dive on in to this post here from Good Morning Crypto. New SEC Chairman Paul Atkins is pro-crypto because advocated for less burdensome regulation during his SEC tenure, co-chaired the Token Alliance to promote blockchain and digital assets, criticized the SEC's regulation by enforcement approach, and supports clearer regulation or regulatory frameworks for crypto innovation. This is going to be one of the biggest changes. The SEC alignment to pro-crypto instead of anti-crypto. But on top of this, we also look at what Trump has been doing, what he has been telling us, what we've been hearing from the Trump admin. And we have breaking: President Trump to designate crypto as a national priority. This is from Bloomberg. The incoming administration also plans on creating a 24-member crypto advisory council, giving industry insiders a voice within his administration. Many experts expect President Trump to issue executive orders on the first day of his presidency that may address issues relating to cryptocurrencies. Now, I do believe that cryptocurrencies and this entire space is a national priority. It should be. It 100% should be. And the reason why is because we cannot afford to have this industry move offshore. We cannot afford to have this technology thrive outside of the US. I want you to all be aware of how fast things are going to start to move. We already know some of the plans, right? This was when, we start to hear about Trump's agenda for crypto from Fox Business. Number one was create a strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. Number two was fire SEC Chair Gary Gensler. He's done, right? He already stepped down. Name a presidential advisory council on crypto regulation. Already happened. Stop work on a central bank digital currency. We will most likely get a digital dollar, aka stablecoin, which is technically the same exact thing. Foster stablecoins, digital tokens that are pegged to the dollar. What does this mean? Well, this means that the US dollar backed stablecoins like RLUSD are going to be adopted in and potentially even integrated. In my opinion, they've already silently been integrated into the system, but hey, that's my opinion. But these are some big moves. Now, what I find crazy, right, is that we've been also hearing a lot regarding this, big push on, regulations. Number one, we have from Jack McDonald, who is the CEO of Standard Custody, right? And also stablecoins at Ripple. 2025 is the year of the stablecoin. As US regulation advances, standards will evolve, innovation will expand, and real-world utility will take off. Ripple and RLUSD are ready to lead the charge. This is a big statement. But also, Jack McDonald has been talking a lot about stablecoins recently. This is their senior vice president of stablecoins, Ripple's, right? All stablecoins are not equal. RLUSD is the gold standard. This got posted by Subjective Views. We also have this post over here, which we're going to be listening closely to as well, because this is Jack McDonald. Listen to this closely.
I think one of the big misperceptions, as you're hearing, is that all stablecoins are equal, and they're not. Whether it's a licensed approach, what type of entity you're in, as you were just saying, the construction of the reserves, the transparency around it, what sort of regulation you may or may not fall under, I think is where there's a big discrepancy. and disparity between different stablecoin issuers. And I think we're seeing that today as more and more issuers are coming to market with different types of offerings, all under this uniform cloak of a stablecoin. But they really are different. I think.
So yeah, I do think that, RLUSD is setting that standard for stablecoins going forward. And I do believe that RLUSD is going to be much bigger than what anyone has assumed it to be. This is one of the most compliant, one of the most regulated stablecoins this market has ever witnessed. But also, stablecoins have massive use cases. Here's just a few from Senior Vice President of Stablecoins, Jack McDonald. Cross-border payments, 24/7 on and off ramp, RWA access, DeFi, settlement token in certain payment corridors as well. Check this out.
What you see stablecoin use cases being in the near term, and then perhaps also how you and your organizations are helping to drive that adoption of use cases. So we'll start, Jack.
Yeah, we decided to launch a stablecoin at Ripple for a number of different use cases. I'd say first and foremost, Ripple has been around for 12 going on 13 years as a leading cross-border payments company, and we've been a net user of stablecoins increasingly over the last 5-7 years. And so that use case really in part drove our decision to ultimately launch our own. And we ultimately believe that stablecoins really the killer app for cross-border payments. In addition, we've got a custody business, which is increasingly focused on the tokenization and RWA space, the previous panel. Stablecoins a perfect on and off ramp 24/7 to be able to allow more users to access RWA specifically, and doing a lot within the XRP ledger as well. So we see a number of native use cases in addition to the trading sort of applications that stablecoins are very popular for today.
Just on these use cases, maybe just conceptualize it. Can you share an example of where that Ripple stablecoin is being used, whether it's trading or and some of the other use cases?
Yeah, specifically in trading, again, the previous panel spoke about DeFi. It's a perfect instrument to gain access on and off different DeFi protocols or platforms. And again, the 24/7 nature of it is really powerful. On the payment side specifically, there are certain corridors or senders or receivers who aren't comfortable using cryptocurrencies, for example, where stablecoins can be an alternative, and given the peg to, in most cases, not always, but in most cases, to a fiat currency, that can be a settlement token that has many of the same features as cryptocurrency in terms of speed, resiliency, efficiency, security, but to be able to be used in a very cost-effective way. And so, as I mentioned, we've been a net minter of stablecoins, specifically USDC, quite a bit in our business. We'll continue to do that, but also introducing RLUSD, the Ripple stablecoin.
So yeah, I mean, listen, as we really think about these stablecoins, they are becoming a crucial piece of the digital financial system. And when I say this, I mean that when we look at RLUSD, I do think that this is one of those stablecoins. It's the same exact way that I look at Ripple. I think that these are going to become pillars of this new financial system that is starting to become a reality. I mean, listen, when we look at what has happened from November 5th to now, I'm sorry, I can't be the only one that thinks that it's extremely weird how fast things have been moving since November 5th. I don't think that it's just a change in admin. I feel as though in the last 3 months, we have witnessed a switch. We have witnessed a reset of the system. I'm not the only one that thinks this. If we actually go over here, we have Matt Hugin on one of the most impactful flip of the switch moments. 56% of advisors more likely to invest in crypto post-election. It's an absolute game changer. This is the CIO of Bitwise. We're going to see a flood of financial advisors and eventually a flood of institutions moving into this space. Guys, this is the CIO of Bitwise. I want you guys to understand that this is not some random individual on X. Listen closely to him.
The top of this report that we're talking about, 56% of financial advisors say they're more likely to invest in crypto this year, thanks to the election. So what is the calculus there?
Yeah, it's an absolute game changer. We've been running this survey for 7 years, and for the past 6 years, we've asked advisors what's preventing them from allocating to crypto. And you might think It's how do I value this asset, or it's too volatile for my portfolio, or I just don't understand it. But for 6 consistent years, the number one barrier they cited was regulatory risk and regulatory uncertainty. Well, the election tore down this wall. And I think as a result, we're going to see a flood of financial advisors, a flood of family offices, and eventually a flood of institutions moving into this space. It was a complete game changer for the industry, and I don't think we're going to go back.
The top of this report that we're talking about, 56.
Now, mind you, this is the CIO of Bitwise telling you that we are not going back, that the institutions are about to flood in, that we're about to also see a flood of financial advisors enter the space. This is one of the biggest changes in this entire space happening right now. This is essentially the flip the switch moment, right? Right, like the switch has been flipped. We're now about to witness the flood. We have here, on my first road trip of the year, speaking with traditional investors, one takeaway: the change in Washington's attitude towards crypto is not priced in. He is telling you what's happening. The reason is it's hard for people outside of crypto to imagine just how oppressive the environment has been. Unless you've been close to crypto, things like Operation Choke Point 2.0 and arbitrary and capricious regulations or regulators sound conspiracy theories. I suspect the market re-rates crypto quickly in the next 6 months as it realizes the quantum of this shift. Again, the CIO of Bitwise is telling you that the shift happened. I just want to wrap this up with this post here, because I have to give a big shout out to ZV. Well, it's Z Venoms, but the E is an X, and it's a Z instead of an S as well at the end. As we approach the presidential inauguration, keep one thing in mind. Where crypto is going from this point on is completely unknown. Everything up until this point was completely different, and the crypto market as a whole is going to change drastically. Bear markets won't ever exist again. Institutions are ready to get in, sink trillions into the market. Now, again, I want you guys to understand that we don't know if bear markets are going to happen again. We don't know. If this market relies on liquidity, then yes, bear markets can happen again, just like traditional, stocks. But if we are about to see institutions sinking trillions in, we're starting to see utility becoming a big piece of the space. I don't think that we do see bear markets. And that's just me being honest. We have cryptos without licenses aren't going to survive. Meme coins will be dead in the water. The degenerate side of crypto will be gone. If you're putting your money into anything, make sure the cryptocurrency you're investing into is coming from a legitimate company. And he does outline a lot of these, projects in the space. And of course, do your research into these companies. I also highly recommend following reputable crypto X accounts as well. And we do have a few here. But the last few years have been preparations. As of right now, we're just walking up to the start line. Sorry. The marathon begins Monday. You will be rewarded in proportion to your efforts. Let's go, millionaires. And listen, we are 24 hours away. It's not a marketing tactic. It's not a scheme to get views. We are 24 hours away from the beginning of this shift going into overdrive. It's not me telling you this. Matt Hoogan from Bitwise. I'm telling you guys, this is one of the most important individuals to focus on when it comes to, following someone on X. He is aware of the discussions happening. He knows how these things work. And everyone, unless you're blind, has now seen the shift happen in real time. The last 3 months alone have been nothing short but, update after update after update after update of just massive moves being made to embrace crypto. Guys, I am so excited for the next 12 months. With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.